Recording in progress.
Okay, so we're just going to start today by setting the space a little bit, just before we begin. So anybody who's with us, if you want to just close your eyes, we're just going to set the space, make sure that it's nice and high vibrational and in alignment with what we want to create this evening. I keep saying this evening because I can feel the time in the UK. That's strange, isn't it? Strange, isn't it? So if you just want to close your eyes, we'll just take a little minute. Let's just take a nice cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just release and let go. Let's just bring all of our attention, all of our focus to the present moment. Calling all that we are back to the here and the now, the present moment of time and space. Just take another cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just feel yourself relaxing, coming into balance. Being fully present to receive this transmission and the keys and codes within it in its entirety. And we're just going to call into the space Mother, Father, God, coming in as a beautiful pink and white diamond ray of light. And it's coming down from the cosmic central sun, through the earth sun, down into the room that you're in. Just beautiful Divine Mother, Divine Father energy. Coming into your space. Just feel as that energy comes in. Pure, divine love. It's coming down through your field now. Into your space. Completely sealing your space from any negative interference. Coming down through your crown. Down your body, filling you up. Feel the love. Down through your higher heart and your heart. Travelling down your lower chakras, down through your root. Connecting the crown, the heart and the root. The divine union chakras. It just flows right through your body, down your legs, down to your ankles, down to your feet. And as it flows through the soles of your feet, you feel your roots beginning to grow, travelling deep, deep down into the core of Gaia, down through all the layers, through the inner earth, into the heartbeat of Gaia. And just feel yourself anchoring in. And just take a moment to connect with her and her heartbeat that also beats within you. And take a moment just to release and let go. Release and let go. Lighten the load. And allow the Great Mother to transmute and alchemize whatever you don't wish to carry anymore. To alchemize it to love and return it to you now. Through her crystalline rays, which begin to travel now from her crystalline heart up your roots, up towards your feet, your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your thighs, up through your root and into your heart. Just feel that source love that flows through you now, completely cleansing and purifying all of your energy bodies, your physical body, your physical space. And we call in our higher selves, the Holy Child, to be present and guide. Let's call in our guardians and celestial guides to be present, our enlightened ancestors. Calling in the guardians, and all star races, star councils working with us, the ascension teams, and the galactic high councils of light. Knowing that we are fully safe and protected at all times, and that the love of Mother, Father, God flows through us as conduits of Source. And we set the intention only to connect with the highest frequencies of Source. We do not consent to any negative influences, energies, negative alien interference. Do not consent to any remote viewers or any distortions, and we command that they are removed immediately from our space, from our field. And so it is. Let's take another nice cleansing breath. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. We're just setting the space there so that it's nice and high vibrational, and that there's no negative interference. So how is everybody? I hope you're all well. Thank you everybody for joining us. I keep saying tonight, but it's actually...
Well, it's tonight, wherever if you're in the UK.
If you're in the UK, it's tonight.
Or today, happy good morning, good evening, good night.
Wherever you are in the world.
Good afternoon.
So we're in Mexico, as I'm sure most of you know, because we've made it quite well known. We're in Mexico. We moved here 1 month ago now, just a month ago.
Feels like ages. Feels like
forever.
forever.
Mm-hmm. So we moved here a month ago, so we're staying in a place called La Porta, which is just outside of Ixtapa on the Pacific coast of Mexico. And it is beautiful, and we absolutely love it. We're really happy.
True story,
here.
bro.
Yeah, we're really happy here. So
yeah, totally different life.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's
Easy.
Sunny, which is a big thing when you're from Scotland.
Or the UK.
Or the UK in general, and I'm sure other places in the world as well. But yeah, it's beautiful, and it's definitely a higher timeline for us, and it's a higher timeline that we've been working towards for 2 years since we came here 2 years ago, and we did the whole life coach course and the Wolf non-surgical course. So that's why we came 2 years ago, because we were called to come and do that. And I think we knew then that we were going to come back. We knew that was in our future, but we weren't ready. And we knew we weren't ready. And we knew that we had to go back to Scotland and we had work to do.
Lots and lots of work.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of beautiful work.
Gary can't stop smiling.
I usually always smile, but that's true. It's different, just different here. And I absolutely love it. Like most people say, like my inner child's coming out. I've always had a big inner child, to be honest. I've always been up for fun and laughter and stuff, and always like a wee boy. But here it's totally different. It's just so relaxing. Sun's always there. Just everything's easy. I would say everything's made easy, and I just love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, so that's what we've been working on for the last 2 years. And like I said, we kind of knew when we came that we were going to come back here. Obviously, we're connected into our higher selves and our channel. So we receive guidance, we receive intelligence, as I like to call it, of, you know, what's coming up, what's our future timelines. We're able to tap into our future timelines, and we knew we were coming back here, but we definitely weren't ready at that time. Obviously, we did the course, and then that then catalysed a whole kind of
different kind of healing journey as well. It was more of a health healing as well. So it was catalysed and well, how we think about things, your self-limiting beliefs, all of these kind of things. So it was more of a mind and health healing journey on top of the spirit journey. So it was a combination of combining the three of them, putting them into the one.
Yeah, because when we came here 2 years ago, I would say we were very spiritual. We were very much into the spiritual aspect of things, and we were in union, obviously, but we were still kind of working through a lot of the distortions of the divine union template. So we were working through a lot of wounds and traumas and timelines and collective timelines around divine union, but we were very focused on spirituality. Even though we were kind of starting to look at our health, our physical health as well, but it was very much we were here on a spiritual mission. And then when we came and did the course, for me personally, I realised how many self-limiting beliefs I had and how many programs I was running that were limiting my potential and my ability to make change in my own life and step into a higher timeline, because I had so many programs that were like, I can't do that, no, that's not for me, you know, all this kind of thing. So that was where things really began to change, because when we came back, the programme started to fall away, and the work that we'd done on the course started to come into kind of fruition. And we moved into a different way of looking at things. We moved into a more of a quantum mastery way of looking at things, and realising, you know, that we were infinite creator beings and we could create whatever we wanted to create. So we moved out of that, I suppose, timeline where we had been in survival mode and, you know, just doing what you had to do to survive, and, you know, dealing with traumas, addictions, relationship breakdowns, bereavements, all the things that we maybe have to go through. And then we were doing a bit of deprogramming, I would say, after that. And then we moved into, right, okay, if we can deprogram, we can reprogram, and we can reprogram ourselves to create the reality that we truly desire, and we can release these beliefs that, you know, we're not worthy of that, or that's not for us, or
we're just happy being stuck in. Just happy we've got it, that kind of thing. It's like you're not looking outside like your worthiness. You're just like as long as I get by every month, or as long as I've got this, as long as I've got food in the fridge, as long as I've got enough money to get me whatever every week, and that's that kind of mindset that you need to step out of. And we all deserve everything and that total abundance in life, but the mindset and the programs keep us stuck in there, keep us stuck in this lower abundance. And because everything that's going on in the country or whatever, or the world, and you think, I just need to get a job and make money and just make enough money to pay my bills, and we never ever exceed our expectations until you deprogram and reprogram.
And once you start to deprogram, once you do a course like the whole life coach course, which is life changing, and you're actually faced with, you know, your subconscious mind reflected back to you through another, you begin to realise, you know, that your whole life as it's been, as you've experienced it, has been because you've had these programs and this conditioning, and that you've been part of I suppose a matrix system that you've been stuck in, and I was very much in that matrix system. You know, I was a nurse, I had a good job, I had money coming in, and going holidays and these different kinds of things that people do, and you think like that's a good life, and that's what life's about. And I didn't really see beyond that for a long time. I just thought my kids, my work, my, you know,
House.
I like to go out partying, whatever, and that was kind of my life. And I didn't have the level of consciousness at that time to see beyond that, because I was my beliefs and my programs had left me with a lot of unworthiness and, you know, feelings of not being good enough. Poverty consciousness was a big thing for me as well. You know, I kind of saw like, oh, you know, if you want to make money, you're greedy, you know, people
won't like you,
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
People that are into money, they're just greedy, they're just selfish. I had these kind of beliefs in my head, and so once all that started to unravel and I started to release that, and that wasn't just through the course, that was through our union as well, because Gary, oh, who's that? Thought it was just us two here. Gary came in, and when we met, he was at a higher level of consciousness in a lot of ways, because he had that indigo consciousness. So he's always thought outside the box. He's always like thought out with the matrix. He's always been a forward thinker and a creator. So when we came into that union, you know, he was mirroring my kind of limitations back to me as well. But I was also being shown a new way of thinking, a new way where, you know, you can do that, and it is possible, and that there is, you can change your life, and you know, you don't have to be just a partner or a mother, or, you know, and you don't have to be doing everything for people all the time and giving all your energy away. So in our union, with the two different aspects of our consciousness and the two different kind of star races that we've originated from coming together, you know, it forced a lot of that programming out of me. It brought that creative flow in. And also I was able to give Gary keys and codes for him to kind of heal from what he'd been through as well. So it was a combination of the union, and I don't know who that is. That's very weird. It's usually really quiet here. So that was kind of what was happening.
Somebody's getting work done next door there. Somebody's going to
I'm going to shut that door to you things.
with stilettos on, I think. But I have fireworks. We don't have firework night here. We don't have fireworks.
You don't have fireworks sound?
Well, I have fireworks, but I don't think for bonfire night. We celebrate that.
So from then on in, we knew we're going to go to Mexico, but we're not going to go right now. Different reasons for that. One of the reasons was my son. He was only 14, he was still in school, so he came with us to Mexico when we came, and it changed his life as well. Just coming here, and so we knew, right, we need to wait until, you know, he's finished at school and decides what he wants to do, and he's a bit older. Also, you know, we were building our business. We were building Indigo Blue Star. We were building
The Wolf Non-Surgical.
The Wolf Non-Surgical as well. So we had to come back and build and create and start to like create abundance for ourselves through a life of service, because I'd given up my job. Gary sold his business, he sold his house, all for this mission, yeah. And we got together, moved in together, and then we were creating this business from scratch that none of us had ever worked in before. I was a nurse for 20 years. Gary was. There's our wee cat.
Our wee cat's just came in.
We've got a cat already.
A cat.
So Gary was.
Hit the ground running, they say.
Oh, they can't hear.
No, they can.
No, they can't.
Oh, can they?
Can you hear now?
I think that's a while ago.
No. No, I think that was again. Can you hear it now?
Can you hear us? No, they can. We can't hear. Hold on, just.
Can you hear us? don't think they can hear us.
I'll see you. I can hear us.
Can you hear us?
We can hear it.
You can hear us. Right, that's fine. I just noticed I can't hear you and I thought, oh, you can't hear the noise.
Oh, the noise. Oh my God.
We're still simple, as you can tell.
Jet lag.
So yeah, so there was a few reasons why we had to go back. So we were building Indigo Blue Star from scratch. Like, as I said, I've never worked in business at all in my life. Obviously being a nurse, I was obviously a healer in a certain way, but in the medical profession there's not really much healing going on. There's a lot of poisoning, and that was part of my awakening, to that and exiting that kind of matrix of, you know, the medical mafia and stuff, and going on my own holistic health healing journey. But yeah, so we had to learn how to do all this from scratch. How to create a business, how to create a brand, how to create offerings that were in alignment with the people that you were supposed to work with and reach. So that's basically what we were doing. And while we were doing that, we were just continually working on ourselves, and we were always focused, and always we always had our eyes on the prize, if you like.
Eye in the prize.
Eyes on the prize. So we there were periods where we didn't have money coming in. We were thinking how we're going to pay bills, had to borrow money. At that point you could have went, right, okay, this isn't working, and ran back to get a job, couldn't you? The matrix, I'll go and get a night shift job, I'll go and do something. But you know, we were that.
I did think about it. I did say I'll go and get a job, and Diane says no.
No.
We're not doing it. We're going to trust the universe.
Yeah.
And the universe paid off.
It's not just trusting the universe.
Trusting yourself.
It's having such a deep connection to source.
The universe is you. That's the thing. Just trusting yourself. It's trusting the source is you. It's like when we talk about source and the universe and all these things. It's like, remember that's you. So it's your higher self that you're tapping into. And that's the thing. It's the timeline that you want to step into. The one that you believe that you should be in. It's not the one that you're necessarily in. It's like 99% of people are not on the right timeline. That's the thing. They just believe they're in the right timeline because they're programmed to believe they're in the right timeline. So it's like reprogramming the brain to and believing in yourself as believing and trusting the plan, trusting your plan.
And it's about, a big part of it is multidimensionality. Although we live in this physical realm, but we are multidimensional beings, and there's a quantum kind of universe where everything, all possibilities are all happening simultaneously. So it's like, you know, when you get little things drop into your head about maybe doing something or going somewhere, or there's a version of you that's already tapped into that, and you've just got to align with that. That's basically what that is. So it's about working on a multidimensional level as well. So a big part of us getting here was doing a lot of work in the quantum field. And I mean a lot of work in the quantum field. I mean, like, every interaction that we had that triggered something in us with, you know, it could be in a shop, it could be like with family, it could be with each other. We would tap into it and be like, right, there's something here we need to work on. And we would go into the quantum field, and what we mean by that is like getting into like the Akashic records, and we would do the spiritual work around that to clear that consciousness, to heal that consciousness, to then align us more with our higher timeline and what we wanted to create for ourselves.
And it was also like, for me as well, Dan, it's like when you're getting the wee ideas into your brain, it's acting on it. It's like that's the universe giving you the nudges. So it is like when you start getting these wee thoughts in your head, it's rather than going, I'll do it later, or I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll get back to it. It's act on it right away and just do it. I mean, what's the worst that's going to happen? That's the thing. It's just like the universe is always telling you, is always giving you wee snippets and wee answers, and wee tapping on your head. Don't, there you go, there's something for you. It's acting on it. So if you're getting you're getting the feeling. It's like you're getting the feeling to go somewhere. It's like the universe is that's the universe telling you. It's acting on it. When you don't act on it, you're stopping yourself from stepping into the quantum mastery side of it.
Yeah, and also when you get the call to go to a certain grid or a certain place, or that's because you're more connected to the land and Mother Gaia, and you're beginning to communicate with her frequency, and you're feeling that call that you're being called to another destination or another part of the grid, and it's because you're anchored in to the frequency of Gaia, and that takes work as well. It takes a lot of work on your field. It takes a lot of work on your physical body to clear out any toxins, poisons, distortions. It's about purifying your life on all levels. And we lived a life for the past 2 years where, you know, we weren't going on holidays, we weren't going out for meals, we were buying stuff in charity shops, we were working a lot, we were building our business. Gary was doing the Wolf Non-Surgical. And you know, we were provided for, but we knew we're doing all this at this time because we have a bigger plan in mind, and we've got a higher timeline that we're going to be moving on to, and it's about being of service as well. You know, the more that you live a life of service and devotion to source, to God, to whatever you want to call it. Some people don't like the word God. I don't see it as a religious kind of connotation anymore. So, but that's
we are the gods.
Yeah,
we are all God. This is what people need to think of, need to remember. It's like it's not like this big guy in the sky. It's like we are God. It's like we are the infinite beings. We are the spirit beings. It's like we are the spirit in this suit. So it's like, when people talk about God, it's like you are the God. You're the master of your own reality.
Yeah, so it's really it's that devotion. It's the devotion to the truth of your being, and choosing that all the time, no matter what you come up against. Whether it be like, you know, projection from family, whether it be like people attacking you, whether it be people envious of you, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it was. Like, we always came back to that kind of faith, trust, and, you know, devotion to the mission that we're here to do, and the life that we're here to create for ourselves, and hopefully open up for others as well. And it took a lot to get here, and actually the last part of the journey was probably the toughest.
Tough.
Because the first couple of years, you know, it was in the distance. We knew, right, we're going to be going, we'll go when the time's right.
Time's right, when the universe decides.
When everything aligns.
And
you've got to be a vibrational match, that's the thing. Like, whatever you're desiring, or whatever your highest timeline is, you've got to align your frequency to be a match for that. And that involves, like, work. And not work in a going to work sense, but work as in working on
yourself.
Devotionally.
Everything goes back to oneself. That's what it's like. Oneness. You are the oneness. Everything goes back to that. And people are like, oh, oneness it's everything. You are everything. We are everything. It's like everybody is oneness, and that's when you start working on yourself. That's when the magic happens. That's when the quantum mastery it kicks in. That's when you're starting to, like, wow, you're stepping into your power. Because remember, you can't be stepping into your power if you're still drinking and smoking and taking drugs and eating the shit foods and doing all these things. That's no stepping into your power, because you're not respecting your body, your mind, body, spirit. And until you actually live the life of service towards yourself first, to your heart, to your beautiful heart, to your mind, and once you've got all of these connected, the mind, the heart, the gut, all of these are connected, and they're all channeling. It's like everything's coming through. It's one beautiful channel. It's like you're out of alignment. So the quantum mastery it's not going to be in alignment with you, and that's the glorious thing. I mean, people are like, oh, how can I go about? How can I can't afford to buy the organic food or whatever. It's like there's loads of ways to look at it. You can change it around. It's like we done it. So we maybe weren't buying, like, going and sourcing true organic food. We were maybe getting it at supermarkets sometimes as well, but we were still sticking to fruit and veg and stuff. That's the thing. The things that were least poisonous in the supermarket. So you can get things like an app. It's called the Yucca app and things like that for these things. You can just put it over the barcode of the food, and it can tell you if the food's poor or bad or what all the shit that's in it. So there is ways to go about it and change how you eat, and it's basically getting everything into line. Purifying.
And it's no judgment, because we've both had very colourful pasts, and we've indulged, we've dealt with addictions, drugs, things like that. And it's not to judge anybody, because we're all at wherever we're at on the journey of our soul's evolution. But if you truly want to quantum leap and you want to become a quantum master and you want to create this beautiful life paradise on earth for yourself, these are the things that you need to let go of. The things that don't serve you, like the alcohol, the cigarettes, the drugs, the shite that we eat. These are the things,
the self-limiting beliefs, all of these things. It's the mind, the body, the soul, it's everything.
It's about investing in yourself as well, and that is, a lot of people will say, I don't have the money to do that. Well, that's a program. That's a program that
it's a self-limiting belief.
You're not worthy of spending time and money in yourself, but you would probably go out and buy your kids, thousands of pounds for their Christmas, but you wouldn't invest in like a healthcare retreat or something like that. And that's the programs that run through us, that we're conditioned to be always given to others.
Enough.
Consumerism.
Not good enough.
And that's a big thing that we worked on during the last 2 years, was consumerism. We started to realise, we just released attachment to things, to objects, to people, to everything. Really, we released attachment and realised, we don't need half of this shit. We don't need to be buying designer clothes. We don't need to be high fancy phones, technology.
To make yourself give yourself that dopamine hit for 10 minutes. You give yourself the dopamine hit like all day for when you wake up in the morning. It's like you can. There's loads of ways to do it. Loads of ways to get that happiness feeling out with the going and splurging all your money on stuff, or you having to buy stuff, or you having to go and keep yourself busy all the time, and all of these things. And it's just all programs again, because you can't sit yourself and stuff. That's why you keep yourself busy and you're always doing stuff as well. And all of these things, it's all programs.
Yeah, so it's releasing attachment is a big thing, and releasing like programs of consumerism, having to always consume, having to always have the next big thing, having to always like have a holiday booked or something planned. Or it's about being happy in the present moment, with no attachment to outcomes, and just surrendering to the fact that there is a higher timeline available to me, and I'm aligning with that timeline, and God, the universe is working in my favour, because I'm devoted and I'm pure, and it's really that simple.
But the thing is, it's like, it's not an immediate thing. That's the thing. You need to be committed. I mean, we've been committed for the last 4 years. I've been totally committed to healing myself and fixing my life and sorting and having this beautiful life for the last 4 years, since I became really unwell. And that's what it takes a lot of the time, because we just keep running these programs where we just keep going and keep going and keep going until it goes boom. And then we're like, wow, you've got no option but to try and heal yourself. And there's a lot of people out there that even after they heal themselves, they'll still keep doing it again, and they're not totally healed. And it's a lot. Do you know the thing is, see, once you get over like 2 months or even a month, full month of doing the same thing every day again, they're like changing the program, and that's when it just becomes natural. It becomes natural, and then you're like, wow, why did I not do this years ago? And it totally transforms your life. And then within a year, your whole life has changed. Your mind, body, spirit, everything has changed, and that's it. I mean, there's
that's-
we're programmed in the Western world, we're programmed to always think like, okay, I've worked hard this week, let's have a drink. Let's have a drink.
Let's go
and
poison
let's go
myself,
poison
to
myself. aye.
celebrate the
Celebrate
fact
the fact that I've worked my arse off this week and I've done a few good deals in work or whatever, and like you should be doing that every day, but without the alcohol. You should be congratulating yourself.
It's also working hard. It's like it seems to be like that's
Another
celebrated.
programme. Mhm.
You know, you should
You're a
work,
good worker.
you work hard, and that makes you a good person. What a load of utter bullshit! It makes you a sheep. It makes you a slave to somebody else. And it's these programs that we're kind of that are ingrained in us, and throughout our, not just within us, but throughout generations of our ancestral line as well. That keep us small, and they keep us in that program of, you know, working to make money for other people, serving other people, and not being able to create this beautiful heaven on earth because we don't feel worthy, we don't have the time, we don't have the energy, we don't have the money, we don't have the get up and go, because it's all been taken away from us, it's all been siphoned, it's all been harvested, if you like, just surviving the daily grind, and that's not what we're here for. We are actually here to create heaven on earth, and we're here to have a beautiful life. And even in the spiritual community, you know, when we awaken and we start to go on a spiritual journey and we start to get interested in spirituality, you know, that's another big awakening, because you go there and you think you've found your soul tribe and you've found all the answers you've been looking for all your life, and then you realise this is another big matrix that's seeking to keep me stuck in a spiritual matrix this time. And it's
A lot of people believe in the spiritual community that you've got to give everything away for nothing, or free, or like for the least amount of money. And it's like the thing is, if it's all good at the start or whatever. It's good to do these things. It's good to give out and get back as well. It's paying it on, paying it forward is always good. I mean, there's loads of things that I do. We pay it forward a lot. Could be doing a free session for somebody or whatever, but we always pay something forward, and that's the thing. But we're all about. Everybody's about abundance for ourselves, and that's the whole mind, body, and spirit thing. It's like it's not just about money, but it's like you get the money comes as a byproduct of you doing all the work, and that's the quantum mastery. It's like when you release the attachment to the money, that's when everything comes, and it's beautiful. Then, and that's the thing. If like, for instance, if the more money you make, the more you can give away to other people as well. That's the thing. But when you're in that program and you're still trying to work or whatever, or like for instance, what we done, we gave up everything basically, and we went full on in and on the mission. So for us, we had to earn money, but we weren't earning a lot of money. We had some savings and stuff. That's what kept us going for a good while. Do you know what I mean? So it's like. The money has to come into it at some point, and that's the quantum mastery as well. It's all part of it.
Definitely, and it's about like it's about changing who you are as a person, I suppose, is the easiest way to describe it. It's about, you know, like we said, being a vibrational match for what it is you want to create in your life. And you know, you'll have heard that your vibration dictates your reality and your experience. So if you're in a low vibration where you've got all these low vibrational thoughts and emotions and programs,
People,
that's what you're going to experience. But once you start to release these and change yourself, that's what you need to do, is change yourself. And in the spiritual community, there's still a lot of emphasis on, you know, receiving healing. You know, like you go to people for healing, or there's healing modalities, or, you know, I can upgrade you, or I can do this, or I can do that. And like everything that we have done, we've done ourselves. You know, we've had one or two mentors throughout the full 6 years of my journey. And it's like everything that we do, we source from within. We don't go to other people for, you know.
no, it's good. That's good. It's good to do that if you think if you really need it.
No, but I'm just saying,
when you're making that your go-to all the time to make you feel better, then you're not serving yourself.
Yeah.
You're not serving yourself. These things have got a place. Everything has got a place in this spiritual world. This because we are all spirit beings. But that's it, and we're all starting to remember that we're all spirit beings. So we're starting to, everybody's coming online with certain different things. I know these things are good, but when you're out, so when you're giving out all your money all the time and or whatever, your time and energy, and you're just going to get healing all the time, you're just as well as going to the hospital all the time. It's just like basically going back and forward to the hospital all the time. You're never going to move forward. And that's the thing, until you take it back to yourself, this is what I speak about all the time. You are the infinite source of abundance. You are the quantum master of your entire existence. It's all about you. And that's and if people don't like it, well, they're not meant to be in your vibration. That's the whole thing. People just don't get it. That when you're going through this life and the doldrums, and you're only killing your soul. Killing your soul by not taking that quantum leap, by not taking the quantum leap. And we all deserve it. Every single person on this planet deserves it, but 99% of the people on the planet don't want it. They don't want it because they like being stuck in that world or in that humdrum or that program, another program.
It's about being fearless. But what I was meaning with the New Age is there's still this tendency to outsource everything, isn't there? And to go and do this modality and get this modality. And, it comes from within. It comes from within. It comes from a deep, deep desire to change and a deep, deep desire to change your reality and to change your life. And it's really that simple. And when you've got that passion and that drive within you to change your life and that commitment to change your life, you don't need to outsource. You might have a mentor here and there along the way, but I'm talking about people who are continually just going for healing or circles or whatever, and they're not getting anywhere, they're not evolving, they're not
quick dopamine hit.
Yeah, they're not changing, their personality's not changing,
their lifestyle's not changing,
Yeah.
life's not, you're just the same as going to work all week and then having the Saturday off and get back to work the Monday, you're just doing the same thing again, you're doing it. It's great to get these things, especially living in the UK. I don't know about other places, like Canada's probably the same and stuff, but like when you're living in these places, these things are needed, to be honest, because see, since we've been here, it's like I didn't realise how low vibrational where we stayed, and I don't just mean like the area where we stayed. I'm talking about the whole of the UK, how low vibrational and how programmed the whole country is. It's unbelievable when you step away from it and watch it from another view. It's unbelievable when you're stuck in it and you're just following everybody else, and you're going everybody else is in the same vibration. Until you rise above that vibration, that's when you start to notice, like, wow, how low a vibration is, and it is really low.
And I think that's the thing with the New Age and the healing in the New Age. It's because people need a release, don't they? They need something that's going to make them feel better, because they want to connect with their spirit, they want to be on a spiritual journey, and I get that. I'm not criticising people, but what we're saying is, for true quantum mastery and to change your life and to create the reality you desire, it's not about just going to healing circles and getting different healing modalities. It's about going really deep, dark within yourself and being like, what aspects in me do I need to change in order to be a vibrational match for what it is
I desire.
The
life, it's not even the life you desire, it's the life that you should have. It's like, it's not even a desire, it's what you are owed. That's the thing. It's like we're all here to have the most beautiful life ever, but we get stuck in the programs.
Yes, so.
You're right, Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie, I think you get to a certain point in your spiritual journey where you've embodied and integrated so much of your higher self that you just have that inner knowing. And when you've got that inner knowing, that's when you become really magnetic.
Start to love yourself.
That's when you start to create, because you've just got this inner knowing. There's no doubt, there's no self-doubt, you're not questioning, you're not looking for answers for anybody, you just know.
You don't need anybody's approval either. You don't need anybody's approval.
Yeah, and you act on it. That's the other thing, you need to act on it. So when you get the knowing, you take the action, you don't think about the outcome, and you align yourself to that, and that's how the magic happens, that's how the miracles happen. It's about getting to that point where you know, you just are, you're in unknowns there all the time, and coming here, I've not even meditated really since I came here. I don't feel
It
the
doesn't even align too
No.
much.
I don't even
because-
feel the need to meditate, whereas before I'd be like, well, I need to go and lie down, I need to go and meditate for a bit, I need to go and isolate myself for a
Aye.
bit, and it's because the grid was a lot denser, and the vibration of the grid was obviously affecting us a lot more than we
We thought.
realised. And once we got here and felt the difference in the vibration of the grid, it's like a totally different experience. And obviously it's not just because it's sunny and
No,
that kind of thing. It's like the vibration of the grid is completely different.
I just feel as if this was my home.
Yeah.
I feel as if like since I've been here, this is my true home for this time being, and I feel as if like I've came back to somewhere where I was meant to be. I definitely like when I look back on my whole life in Scotland, in the UK, and I think to myself, my whole life I always felt like I wanted to be somewhere else, and I felt as if I should be somewhere else, and I always had planned to move out of the UK by the time I was 55. That was always my plan, and I'm 54 now, and it's like that was me. I obviously knew my plan my whole life because everything else I had said when I was 14. I sat with my dad and I told him like, this is what I've got a plan for life, and everything I said to him came true apart from me moving out the country, and knew that, and also getting married, which I got married to Diane 2 years ago, and then this, so everything else that I've said came true. So I know that the universe is covering my back like from a young age, but I didn't know at the time that until the last few years, until my remembrance and my spiritual awakening, that everything I said. So I'd already set my plan out when I was young, and now I'm here, and I feel as if like that's was my whole thing. I knew I was coming back here, and I just feel like this is home. It just feels so right. The place, everything about it, the people, just everything, the sun, just the easiness, the love. Everybody speaks to each other. They all say hello to each other. Everybody. It's just a totally different vibration here. Totally different vibration. And it is amazing. And once you get out of the UK and see that, I mean, people must see it when they go on holiday. They check their whole, everything about them's uplifted. It's like, yay, the sun, the sea, everything. It's like great. And then you go back to the UK and you go, boom, back to that again. And it's how do you survive in that with with all that lower vibrational stuff that's going on in there? If you are like a higher vibrational being, this is the thing. It's like, and you need to. That's when the quantum mastery comes into it. So as to be able to leap forward and leap into this new reality that you want to create, and it's there for everybody. This is the thing; it is there for everybody, and we've done it.
And it's not easy. I'm not going to say it's
No,
easy.
it's not easy.
Because for me especially,
One of the
like
hardest things ever.
it was really, really hard. It was hard. Even like the day we were flying out and we were at the airport, I said to Gary, I can feel the grid pulling me back. That's what it felt like. It was trying to pull me back. And we had to, you know, there was a lot of projection, there was a lot of emotion, you know, our families are at home. My son Paul chose not to come, so he was planning to come with us, but he's evolved and grown as well and met a partner, so he chose to stay. So there was all of these things. Gary's daughter as well, Tony, she's at home as well. So
my dog
our
passed away
dogs,
just about 2 weeks before we came.
so there was all of these things going on, and the pull of the grid trying to keep you there. That's what it felt like, and it was like we just had to keep pushing through. No, this is where we're meant to be. This is what we're supposed to be doing, and we just need to keep pushing through. But it wasn't easy, and I went through a big emotional upheaval, moving from Scotland to here. Especially, it felt really, really like it was tearing at the depths of my soul, to be honest. And it shouldn't be like that. I don't know why I was so connected to that grid and that vibration, but it was really, really challenging. But then when I got here, once I started to settle in, it was like, no, this is home, this is where I'm meant to be. And it was like, this reality's always been available, but I've been so far away from it that it was never in my thoughts, it was never in my perception.
Quantum reality.
Yeah, it was never felt like a reality for somebody like me. And the abundance as well, like, you know, abundance is our birthright. It's been taken from us.
It's a fact.
And it's been monopolised by certain forces, and you know, we're in this time of global awakening and expansion and ascension. And you know, we're reclaiming our abundance codes, we're reclaiming our wealth, we're reclaiming the gifts that are truly ours, and you know, the ability to co-create a beautiful life on earth. Why should it be just for the rich and famous? Why should it be for those who have access to it? It's for all.
No, we've got it all wrong. We are the rich and famous.
Yeah.
We are the celebrities. We are the ones that they feed off. We are the ones that keep that. We make them the money. This is how crazy this world is. Rather than all of us getting together and helping each other and making sure we're all happy and we've all got enough money and food in abundance, we actually have these false idols that we give all this money to, and everybody's like, yay, we love you. Well, and they're all harnessing your energy, they're stealing your energy, all of these false idols. And people are, oh, you can't say that about these people. Every one of them are the same. They're all false idols.
I mean, your
they're
energy.
they're false gods. They believe that they're gods, and they're taking your godliness away from you.
Your energy's been harvested at every level.
Every single level.
In every way. Whether it be, you know, the poisonous foods that we get, the medications, the poisonous medications, the diseases that are all created.
I don't even real.
Whether it be, you know, as Gary says, this hero worship, this kind of celebrity worship culture, going to gigs and you don't realise you're participating in a ritual and they're energy harvesting.
Energy.
And all the events that happen that siphon our energy, all these really sad, horrible, traumatic events that are in the media, and that's all energy harvesting. And then that's on a collective level, but then you've got individual energy harvesting, you know, where you're just you're programmed to think that you're here to give all your time and energy away to others, that you're here to look after everybody, that you're here to you know, you're not valuable of your own time, you know, and that being busy all the time is a good thing. I mean, for a woman, being busy all the time is one of the worst things we can be, because we don't connect to our true feminine energy if we're constantly busy, we're constantly chasing our tails. So it's all these things, I suppose.
Consumerism. You're caught up on everything, the new thing that's coming out, or the new fad, or the new wonder drug, or the new everything. It's like you don't even realise that you're buying into another energy harvest. There's a program harvest. There's your money. They're harvesting your cash. So every time you get a bit of money, there's something new come out. The new iPhone, or the new PlayStation, or the new Nintendo, you name it, new shoes, the Crocs everybody goes for, or the new car. It's like everybody total programmed, and that's the thing. We detached from all of that. Stop
celebrating
Christmas. All of these things, all of these so-called celebrations of the year, we just boom, nothing. And people are like, oh, you've got to have something to celebrate. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the new you, the beautiful you, the loving heart that you've got, the loving mind, the soul, the spirit. Celebrate that, and your life will totally transform. And this is the whole thing about quantum mastery. It's like, do you want to just sit and talk about how bad your life is, or do you want to sit and just still being in that hamster wheel, rotating, or do you want to go out and live a life of happiness? And happiness isn't all about money and spending on things and going holidays and buying meals and all of these, and drinking yourself to death. It's like taking drugs or whatever. It's not about that. It's about finding that love, that inner peace for yourself. It's all about that. It's like, and I've never, I've in my whole 54 years, I've never been so happy than I am right now. And I mean, like, I've got less now than what I did have, like, all my years. And it's like, I'm the most happiest. I don't need lots of stuff. And I don't mean like less. I just mean like all the stuff that I used to have and the cars and all the other shit that comes with life. See, once I've detached from all that and let all that go, see just letting all of your stuff go when we left. That was like the biggest weight off my shoulders or our shoulders you could ever imagine. And I'm talking about every furniture, all of these things that hold energy would minimalise your life. And this is like your health, your happiness, and everything will come.
And it's a process. It's like a process of change. As I said, we were working on this for 2 years, and it was, you know, it's about boundaries as well, protecting your energy, and it's about your relationships as well. Like, so many people that we work with and connect with are in relationships that they're deeply unhappy in, and you know, they're still there. And that was one of the big things for me when my first kind of quantum leap into this journey, was getting out of a relationship that I wasn't happy in and my needs weren't being met. The minute you make that decision to choose you and to get out of that relationship, your life starts to change. It really, really does. But so many people are in that situation where they're that's what's keeping them stuck, because they're either in denial, or they're not ready, or, you know,
they're scared to be alone.
Scared.
There's a lot of people are scared to be alone, and that's being alone can be the most invigorating thing you could ever do. It's like finding yourself. Like, imagine the whole world just went and found herself and loved herself. Every single person just went and concentrated on themselves. What a beautiful world it would be if everybody just went and done their own thing. I mean, and I'm not saying like everybody split up. I'm talking about like if every single, even if you're in a relationship, everybody just allowed assisted the other person to grow and become that beautiful version of themselves, rather than the version that they want them to be. So imagine if you were in a relationship and it was like that, the two of you wanted for each other to be the best version of yourself. How amazing would that be?
And that's a big part of it. You know, you're not going to quantum leap into your highest timeline if you're in a relationship that you know your needs aren't being met, and it's not serving your soul. You're just not, because you've got to choose you. You've got to unconditionally love yourself, and you've got to be bold enough. It's about being bold and being fearless, and you know, choosing you, no matter the outcome, no matter the people's opinions, no matter what might happen. You know, a lot of it you need to, you know, take the chance, take the risk, you know, because it can be comfortable being in a relationship where maybe financially you're comfortable, but you're not emotionally or sexually or fulfilled.
I would rather be emotionally and sexually fulfilled than financially.
Yeah.
100%.
But there's children, people have got children as well, but you know, making that decision to get out of that relationship is what's going to change your life.
But if you're in an unhappy relationship and you've got children in an unhappy relationship, do you think the children don't feel the vibration? Do you think it's not affecting the children? This is it. This is the thing. And people like, there's a lot of people split up and go their separate ways, and you have children, and the children have the best of both worlds that way, unless the relationship between the parents is still bad or it gets worse. Some people get worse, they get spiteful after it, whereas if the two of them could negotiate that way and say, what do we want for our children to grow up and be happy and not have to get through this program that we're setting here, because that's another program that you're creating for these children, because everything's a vibration and a frequency. So when you're running that vibration and frequency with these children in the house, they're going to go on that same vibration and frequency and move on to their next partners with that same vibration. And it's not about the same mindset, it's a vibration and frequency. When they're running that program, and you're just creating the next program of children, and then it's just going to keep going and going and going. And we're here to break all that. We're here to break that by quantum mastery as the way forward.
And also divine union. I mean, the divine union, the divine relationships are here to like break these old templates of relationships where it is about like, you know, death to you part, all this kind of thing, obey, all these kind of things. It's about relationships now are becoming more conscious, and divine unions are much more common. So divine love, divine union is available to everyone. But if you stay in that relationship where, you know, it's not a divine partnership, it's a low vibrational relationship, you're choosing that timeline. So you can't talk about manifesting and jumping onto a higher timeline when you're choosing the lower timeline. And again, you've got to strategize, haven't you? So if it's not the right time to get out of that relationship, but you need to be strategizing, what's my plan?
Aye, where do I start to work?
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like, okay, how do I sneakily go about this to get out of this relationship or whatever. It's about being honest with yourself and strategizing. Like, and the thing is, remember, everybody mirrors you. So when you're in a relationship and somebody's acting a certain way, it's like, it's not necessarily just on them, it's on both of these, because the both of these are vibrationally matched. And that's the thing. So your vibration can be keeping that person in whatever vibration that they're doing. And it's like, so when you raise your vibration, this is the easiest part I could probably say. So it's when you start to work on yourself, and you don't need to think about, right, I need to get out of this relationship, this person's doing my head in or whatever. See, when you start to work on you, number one, and work on every part of your existence, changing it daily, bit by bit, that's when the other person will either start to change or they will start to go their way themselves. They'll start to repulse and leave, because your vibration, as long as you're raising your vibration and they're staying on a lower vibration, it's not going to work. And it's going to be naturally, it's just going to go that way. That's the thing. And it's all about working on yourself. Always, 100%, always working on yourself, and just,
you'll vibrate out of that relationship
rather than having to go cut and then the twos go away and it's like chaos.
But it is a big thing, and I would say it was one of the things that really catapulted me into divine union, was because I was in a relationship for 16 years. In the last 3 or 4 years of it, we weren't really in a relationship, but we were still living together. And I like deep down, I knew this isn't a relationship. This isn't what a relationship should be like. But he wasn't a horrible person, and
A friendship.
it was a friendship, yeah. And we had a child. And financially, you think, how am I going to cope? I'd already been a single parent. I wasn't particularly looking forward to going back to being a single mum and all of these kind of things. But you know, in the end, I had to choose me, as hard as that was, because I'm an empath, so I feel other people's pain. And you feel their pain, and you don't want to hurt people, and you don't want to we don't deal well with the end of relationships and things like that. It really takes us to a dark place, because we are such empaths.
It used to destroy me.
Yeah.
Relationship breakdowns destroyed me.
Yeah, we really struggle with it, because we love a lot more deeply than maybe some other people. But it's the biggest thing I did, and I had no idea what I was going to do. I had no idea if I'd be able to stay in my house. I didn't know how my child was going to react, and it worked out better than anything I could ever imagine. Like, not only did I get out of the relationship, I met my counterpart, and my son, he thrived out it as well, because he started to see me happy. Yeah, he started to see a happy, loving relationship, a divine union, and he's now got himself a partner, and they're in a divine union. Like, it's two little spirit beings, isn't it, that are in a divine partnership, and he's only
totally changed.
16.
Like, since I've met him like 3 years ago, he's a man now. He's 16 and he's a man. He's an actual beautiful soul, and just like such a nice boy to be around, and he's amazing. He's so switched on and everything. He's not into drugs or alcohol or anything like that. It's like it's been a pleasure to be in his life. So it is, for the last few years, and it is amazing to watch, and that just shows you that's what happens. When,
Yeah, it affects the children because
Mhm.
prior to that, he had a lot of insecurities and anxiety, and he's an empath. He's very sensitive, and it's like me making that decision, and then like our divine union when we met and we came into divine union. Now that triggers a lot of people around you because it's a big change. But him seeing that and being part of that experience and being involved in it all, it showed him this is what I want. This is the kind of relationship I want, and this is the life I want. And he's now like a lot more embodied and confident in himself. Whereas I spent years worrying, I can't leave because it's going to fuck him up. That was in my head. When in reality, staying was fucking him up.
Mhm.
So that's a big part of it as well. It's about aligning yourself to that timeline, looking at your relationships, looking at your boundaries, looking at people around you who are maybe, you know, stopping you from getting to that highest timeline because they're benefiting from you being where you are.
And we're not talking about just going like fuck this, fuck that, and flying everything in the bin. We're talking about like strategizing, and slowly working yourself, and bring it all back to you. You can do it all. That's the thing. It's good to go out and get other things and get certain people and certain things to help you, but you want to be seeking it people that are going
And
to
a
teach,
higher level of
and
consciousness.
they're going to teach you how to become this master yourself. That's the thing. It's like you don't want to keep going and getting healing off of people or getting this done, that done. That's okay. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. It's like that's on you. You can do whatever you want. But if you want to transform your reality, your world, your existence, your love, everything, the passion for happiness, for life, it's all within. You've just been dumbed down and programmed to think that it's not there and to lose that ability to thrive.
Yeah.
Everybody's in survival mode, fight or flight, everybody's in fear of everything. There's something most people are in fear of their shadow.
And the things we heard, you know, when we said we're coming to Mexico, it was like, oh, the cartel's going to get you.
It's like the
It's
most
the most
beautiful.
dangerous country in the world.
Aye.
Loads of
It's
different
a
things.
third world country.
Third
It's
world
like
country.
it's
It's not safe. I mean, we feel safer here than we did walking about Glasgow city centre.
just if you just leave your doors open here, it's like it's absolutely amazing. It's just seriously, man. It's like this is how the media works. It programs people into thinking like there is bad places everywhere.
Yeah.
There will be cartel somewhere, and it's like
They're not in our vibration.
no, they're not in your vibration. Exactly. That's it. The cartel are on a vibration like everything else.
And the thing
So your
is,
politics and everything.
you know, since we came here, as soon as we got here, we started doing grid work. We knew a big part of like the calling here was we had to work on the grid. And the grid work started immediately. We took a month off. So we took a month off working with clients to integrate and you know, just travel around and
Get to know the place.
Get to know the place and enjoy like
Aye.
being here.
This is us. That was our honeymoon. We didn't even have a honeymoon.
Yeah.
That's the thing. When we got married, we had a few days in our camper van in the Highlands.
The two dogs.
But it was beautiful. That was the way we wanted it. That's the thing. It was like I wouldn't change it for the world. That was like just exactly the way I would have. I loved it. My wedding to everything that we'd done when we got married was just spot on. It was just like perfect, and that was our decision. It was the way we wanted it. That's the thing. But this is the first time that we've actually spent quality time as much as we were together 24 hours a day. And we were always like doing working or something. There was always like something, we were non-stop for the last few years, and that's the whole thing. It's we get our sleeves rolled up and we get in amongst it, and we worked and we done it. And we're still doing it. There's no worse a passion. But
the thing is, see when you're living your purpose and your passion and what you were born to do and what you came here to do, it's not work. It doesn't feel like work. You could do it 24/7 because it just brings you joy.
Easy.
It brings you you know, you're just so passionate about it. It's not like going to work. It's completely different. But it's about, it is service, it is still living a life of service and being devoted to that service. And that opens up the pathways to the higher timelines as well, and the abundance keys and codes as well. And it's about, like, you know, just minding your own business and disconnecting. We disconnected from outside influence as much as possible, disconnected from the new age as much as possible, and we just focused on our own shit. Now we don't really care what you're up to.
No, we don't care. It's just that
Well, you know what I mean.
we're dealing with ourselves.
Yeah, we're focused on
We're
ourselves
focusing on ourselves.
and where we're going, and
We're just staying in our lane.
yeah.
We're minding our own business. That's the whole thing. We're just like totally focused, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can still be loving and still be nice to people and still help people or whatever and do a bit for people, but it's like, as long as you stay 99% in your own lane, that's ideal. This is what we need to do in this world to get ourselves to where we get ourselves actually healed in this world.
And a lot of people would say to us, "Oh, I'm so jealous." Now, if we heard that once, we heard it I don't know how many times, and we just used to say to people, you know, don't be jealous, be inspired, because that's what we want to do. We want to inspire people.
Because jealousy is another low
It's a
dimensional
low
feeling.
vibrational emotion, and if you're feeling jealous or envious of somebody
Even in
else's-
jest.
yeah, it's not nice to say I'm
Even in
jealous.
jest. Never be jealous.
No, it's like you know, you need to have enough love in your heart and be content enough in your own journey, in your own process, that you can have happiness seeing other people being happy and, you know, being in a union and, you know, creating the life that they want to create. But the thing is, people will say, "I'm so jealous," and you're like, "Well, what are you doing about it?"
Exactly.
Like, if this is what you want, what have you done about it? You know, what steps have you taken to make this a reality? What steps have you taken to change your life, your personality, your behaviours, your beliefs, your victim consciousness, your poverty consciousness? So all of these things. So it's like, it's easy to say that, "I'm so jealous," but it's like, well, put it back to yourself. What are you doing to change your life?
Imagine if we all started just cheering each other on. Yay! Well done. Superb. Doesn't even matter what it is you've done. It's like, yes, everybody, instead of feeling that bit in your heart, like your lower vibrational emotion
And
coming in.
listen, I've experienced that as well. Everything we talk about, we've experienced. So I've had experiences where I've felt that envy or jealousy, and like, you know, that's what I want.
That's the program.
Because I was in that vibration as well. So it's recognising it. Okay, why do I feel this way? I shouldn't feel this way. So
what is it showing me that I
what's
need
it
to
showing me?
change
Yeah.
in my life? What do I need? If I'm feeling jealous, I've obviously got something in my life that I need to change to because I want to do that. And that's the thing. I mean, it's like seeing everything through different eyeballs. That's it. Deprogramming the programs. It like Lamia, you're right. It is affecting animals as well. That everything that's happening, but that's because the vibration as well is like animals are more susceptible to vibration because animals deal more on vibration and frequency than words and stuff. Or like they feel things rather than see things like the way we do. So that's why the vets are rammed just like the doctors, because all the animals are out of sync, and because they've gone, give them these tablets or the food, or the food that's poisoning them as well. So this shit food that they're poisoned with. So it's all part of it, and that's the thing. Because if animals are in the right higher vibrations, they're in higher vibrations than humans. So when animals are in your company, your vibration rises because you know that it's that unconditional love from animals. They're like the best love you can ever get is from an animal. That's what we say. But we should take something from that and learn to share that amongst ourselves. Like, so if animals can be that loving, why can't I be that loving to other people, to other humans? And this is so when animals' vibration's low, your vibration's going to be low as well. And that's the thing. So like they attack animals as well because they know that if your animal's unwell, your vibration's going to be low. So there's a master plan here, and it's reprogramming us to see through the master plan, and that's where the quantum mastery comes in again. It's once you start to see everything that you've ever been taught, or everything you've ever learned, or everything you've ever seen in this planet, this world, is all an illusion, and it's all a plan. It's an actual plan, and it's been working for thousands of years. It's like that's when you start to step into your power. You start to like, wow.
And it's about realising that you're creating the reality as well. So, you know, you can go through life and think, you know, why do these things happen to me? Why do certain situations keep happening? And it's because of your beliefs, and you're having your consciousness mirrored back to you through others. And once you actually get a hold on that and you start to realise that, that's when you become the master, because you can be like, right, okay, this situation keeps arising. I'm going to go into the quantum field. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to see where this is coming from, and I'm going to alchemize it, and I'm going to change it. And then your physical reality starts to change. And we've done so much of that working in the quantum field to the point, like now, since we've came here, we haven't even went into the quantum field together. Not once. Which we used to do all the time at home. We used to be like, right, we need to work in that timeline, we need to work in this, we need to work on that. But since we've came here, we feel so embodied and integrated that it's like we're just we're tapping in without tapping in, if that makes sense. We don't need to sit and open up and connect into the quantum. It's because we're in that higher timeline now, we're in a higher reality.
We're in the quantum mastery.
Yeah.
Vibration.
And a higher vibration.
And we're doing it like that.
I mean, we're even doing it with
like simple
things like our thoughts, I was going to say. So sometimes, like, this has happened a few times, we'll go to a restaurant or whatever, and we'll order something, but we've maybe been thinking about ordering something else and kind of toying between the two things, and the waiter will bring the thing that we really wanted, that we didn't know we really wanted because we ordered the other thing. That's happened a couple of times.
Happened to me just the other day that it was a chicken thing. I was like toying between that, and on the way to the restaurant, I was thinking, oh, I could maybe go a pasta or something. And I don't really eat pasta that much. I'm not really a big pasta person. Like Diane would make pasta when we were home, but very, very rarely. And I thought I could maybe go pasta, and then I ordered this chicken thing, and I thought it was just going to be like a chicken with vegetables and whatever, and it turned up spaghetti bolognese with a bit of chicken on top, and I was like, what the actual...
That's not what I ordered. I was like, I don't know, but you did order
it. I did order it, and I was like, wow, that's right. I was thinking about that walking towards this restaurant, and I was like, that is weird.
And
even when I looked at the menu, I looked at the spaghetti bolognese, and then I went for the chicken. And I was like, wow. That's
happened a few times, and even things like the wee water guy that comes and delivers your water, we'll just think about him and he'll turn up at the door.
This is another thing, this is how easy it is as well. You actually get your big bottles of water delivered to your door. The guy comes like just around every maybe couple of days or whatever, and it's fascinating. Like I actually love it here. Your bills are all paid cash at the shop. You actually get a bill. It's not like
it's not cash.
No cash.
They do cash for most things.
Your rent, the guy comes and collects your rent like they used to do when I was a wee boy.
He comes and collects your rent.
It's absolutely amazing.
Things go wrong, and we just phone him, and he comes round and 9 o'clock at night and fixes it. It's amazing. But
absolutely.
And since we've got here, obviously we've been doing grid work. I was just saying about that. So as soon as we got here, we started tapping into some of the grid work missions that we're here to do, and we were doing that. But like we haven't actually felt the need to like tap into the quantum field together and be like, right, let's go and work in this or go and work in that, because it feels like we're that embodied and we're at that level of mastery that we're doing it in the present moment. We don't have to keep going, right, I'm moving to this dimension to do that, and I'm moving to this dimension to do that. It's like the multidimensionality, the Akashic records, the galactic Akashic records, the quantum, it's all within us. It's not out with us, it's within us. We are the universe. Yeah. We are a quantum universe, and we're walking. It's like a walking meditation through life now. We don't need to go and meditate.
We are all the planets, we are all the stars, we are everything. We are connected totally. their spirit being, the spirit that's in this body, is like that is the universe.
And that's basically what's happened to us from that shift in consciousness and that timeline jump and that quantum leap. It's like taking us into a level of our mastery where even our whole spiritual practice is totally different. Like,
No.
and with regards to the spirituality side of things, it's like, I think we're at a level now of our mastery where we don't need it as much. We don't need to tap into the spiritual.
We've embodied it.
Because we've embodied
We've totally
it.
embodied it. This is the thing. We're not chasing it anymore. We've surrendered, and we're just getting to this stage was one of the big levels that I feel as if we've jumped a few levels. That's the thing. There's like because of
It's a quantum leap, definitely.
the universe has like taken that big massive step of getting out of that program that we were running back in Scotland. The universe is like that. That's who cheers you on. The universe is like, yes, well done. This is fun. This is amazing. This is outstanding.
And I suppose that's what we want to get across as well. Like when we're talking about a quantum leap, it's not just like, oh, they've decided to move abroad and, you know, that's not the quantum leap.
Go and live a life of luxury.
That's not the quantum
like
leap. The quantum leap is that we've shifted into a higher level of consciousness, awareness, quantum mastery, and now we're just creating things by thought. Everything that we need. I mean, even to start to tell you like how things have just started opening up for the minute we arrived here as well. Like
amazing.
I wanted a cat, so I was saying to Gary, obviously our dog passed away, and I've been feeling like I want a cat. I want to have a cat in my life.
I've been seeing it for a while though.
Yeah, for a while.
And I was like, Poppy would eat it.
He said Poppy when he.
And definitely if it was like years ago when she was a pup, but because of the kind of dog she wanted.
So we moved into this place, beautiful place. We moved in after about 10 days. We stayed with somebody for 10 days and then we got a place to rent, and it was so easy. This is the thing. It was literally so easy. It was like somebody gave us a number.
We looked at it.
The guy came and got us. He took us to see the properties. We were like, we like this one. When can we move in? He was like, today.
Just now, we were like, what?
What?
He was like, we'll go and go get your suitcase. We were like, well, no, we'll leave it till Sunday. We were like, no, we'll leave it a couple of days. I was like, what? And the contract was just like simple.
Dead simple. Like, don't commit crime.
Don't set it in fire. Don't
be selling drugs. That kind of thing.
Shit. Just like it was absolutely no hassle. And the guy's like, your family now.
He
like,
brought us here. He brought us here in his car with our suitcases, and then he's like, I'm your family now, anything you need.
Aye.
And then
he's offered us to take us for New Year.
To go to the New Year celebration with his family, and we were like that. This is unreal. But within like a couple of hours of being here, the cat appeared. The black cat appeared at our gate there that looks out to the garden at the pool. And this little black cat, and she's here the now.
A wee kitten. She's upside down actually.
She's black and she
must
only be about 4 months or something like that.
Right.
She turned up and I was like, oh my god, there's a cat that I've been looking for, and I swear to god this cat lives with us. Like it's actually just as if it lives with us and it's our cat. It's unreal.
Comes and goes during the day and then it goes away at night time.
It goes out at night.
He's out at night and but it comes and gets fed in the morning. We actually woke up the other morning and it was on our roof.
At our bedroom window.
Below our bedroom window there's like a roof, and a tiled roof, and it was on there whining. To get in, and I was like
6 in the morning.
I was like 6 in the morning, opened the curtain, I was like, the fucking cat's on the roof. It's like, what is going on here? And it was trying to climb up the window, and I was like, wow.
So I got my cat.
The cat came. And I've never been a big cat person, but I feel love it. I've been.
And it's been coming in like when we've been doing sessions and stuff, because we work with, obviously we were connected to Lyra, we originate from feline beings, and we call in the Black Panthers of Lyra. I've got a Black Panther guide, and then this little cat showed up, and like yesterday we were doing a session with somebody and I just called in the Black Panthers of Lyra, and the next minute she came in.
And then just as we started this session, they came in as well.
So yeah, and also when we got here as well, we we ended up doing the whole life coach course again with Dr. Wolf and the Doc of Detox, which wasn't in our plans. But as I said, things just started opening up and we got that opportunity, and of course we would be crazy not to take it, so we took that opportunity, and wow,
What a difference.
what a start to arriving in Mexico, because it got us immediately from like being here, it got us into the right headspace of
just perfect. Everything was just spot on, man. It was like, wow.
Realising we'd picked up some bad habits again, like we still had some programmes we needed to let go of, and getting our focus back on being the healthiest,
the whole life coach course
version of ourselves that we can be.
I didn't think I would need it a second time, but it totally transformed. It was like totally different for the first time. It was similar, but
different.
But I learned a lot more this time, and it was life changing. The whole life coach course, man, and the Wolf Non-Surgical, they changed my life. I can't speak highly enough of them. It was like there's a lot of shit about Darryl and about the Wolf, Dr. Wolf and all this, and I mean, for what he's done with me, and like what he's done in my life personally with the nutraceuticals and the whole life coach and the Wolf Non-Surgical course, totally transformed my life. And this is all part of everything else that we've done. And we wouldn't be here if it hadn't came 2 years ago and done that course. We probably wouldn't come here. This is the way the universe aligns everything, and it's total alignment. And it was a totally transformational time in my life. And
doing the course again, it just really set us up for what we want to do, for like our mission going forward, for what kept coming into our awareness was superhuman. We want to be superhuman. We don't just want to be like talking the talk, we want to be walking the walk. We want to be the fittest,
the healthiest,
most powerful, healthiest, embodied version of ourselves that we can be. And
we want to give people what we've done. This is the thing, and it's like, I mean, like I've said it all before, but like from where I came from 4 years ago to where I am now, it's like a million. It's like, no, even it's like universes apart. That's the thing, and it doesn't matter how bad your life is, you can change it by strategizing and sticking on the path, your newfound path.
And letting go.
Letting go is a big, massive thing.
What doesn't serve you, who doesn't serve you. And that can be relationships, jobs, houses, cars, debts. I mean, that all these things we were all working on, making sure we had no debt, getting out of contracts. Even as simple as I had 35,000 emails in my mailbox, and I sat and went through that and cleared all of them out as well, because
clear out the clutter.
You need to clear out the clutter. You need to look at where energy's been leaked in your life, and repair all the energy leaks as well, so that you're very, very focused, that nothing's getting in, and
total minimal.
Yeah.
And remember, it's like I said, it's a master plan. That the more stuff you get, the less energy you've got for yourself. And that's the thing, when you're starting to get cluttered around about your house and all that, and like you're starting to hoard things, and you're starting to, it's like, and you've got all this stuff you don't even use, it's starting to affect in here. You don't realise that it's all holding energy. Everything's holding energy, everything's a vibrational frequency, and it's all holding energy. And it's like, once you start to release all that, it's every part, it's basically going through every part of your existence. And you don't need to like totally change it like dramatically. It's like small bits. It's still, as long as you're doing something every day, a small bit every day, it's like that. It'll transform your life.
Yeah. So it's about like the question we want to put to you is, what changes are you going to make to create the life that you desire? What do you want in life? Yeah.
What do you actually really truthfully want in life? What do you wholeheartedly, when you sit yourself and sit for 5 minutes, if you can get 5 minutes to yourself, which most people can't even get 5 minutes to yourself, and that's another thing, that's an energy leak. When you can't even have 5 minutes to yourself, you need to get on top of that. So, and just wholeheartedly think, right, where am I going in life? What is my mission, my purpose? What does my soul desire? What does my spirit want? And it's, you need to find the passion in yourself. You need to find the love for yourself. And it's like, if people don't like what you're doing, and 99% of the people won't like what you're doing, because people don't want to see people changing. And it's not a bad thing, it's just that they've been programmed. They've been totally programmed to believe that, oh, if you're better than yourself, you're going away and doing that, what am I going to do? It's a victim mode going on again. There's people like, oh, what about me? What about poor me? You can't leave me. And if that's the thing, no, you can. If they're not willing to come on the journey to self-love and self-preservation and for everything for you, for your spirit, it's like you're killing your spirit. You're dimming your spirit every single moment that you don't take this step forward. Every single moment, you're dulling yourself. You're dulling your existence.
Yes. And since, as I said, like getting here, this is just a start for us. Like that, we're here for rapid expansion and growth, healing, physical healing, and to open up the portals and the gateways to our next highest timeline and what we want to create next. And and that's all starting to come in. That's all starting to flood in. Things are starting to open up. Possibilities that are starting to open up to make that a reality. We've been guided to a certain location. Different things are happening the wheels are in motion for the next part of our quantum leap, the next part of our timeline jump. But we're investing in ourselves. This is something we want to make
100%.
clear to you. Like we have invested into ourselves, like not just money, time, energy, focus, commitment, and we're doing it here. Love as well, and we're doing it here. We are, we've been using the cardio med bed, so this is like technology to for your circulation and for your lymph and to restore your body.
Restores all your inner organs. It restores all your tubes, everything. All around your heart, all around your body. It's like the med bed's amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
We've been using that. Now that costs money.
Clear blockages in your body. It's like I think it's something like if you get 40 sessions, you've got a full new set of arteries and a full new, like all your pumps, everything, like your heart. If you were to go for heart surgery, you wouldn't need heart surgery, or you'd have no blocks or any arthritis or anything like this. All of these kind of ailments and illnesses that you've got are totally away. With 40 hours that works it. Yeah,
so these are the kind of things that we've been doing here. Like we're still investing in ourselves. We've been using that. We're going to be using the Cell-Sonic. We've been Gary's been doing Wolf non-surgical on me. We got a facelift last night, and we're on the next step of our journey where we're going to, whatever physical ailments we're still dealing with, we're going to heal them.
No, definitely going to heal them.
We're going to heal them, and we're going to use the Cell-Sonic machine. We're going to use Wolf non-surgical. So we invested in ourselves to get
the nutraceuticals as well. This is the thing. It's like for what we spend on nutraceuticals a year, people spend on. I would say maybe like
holidays, bags.
Holidays, but a bag. I wouldn't even say a holiday. It's not even that much. That's the thing. It's not even that much. Like a bag, people would spend that in a bag, a nice bag, or a nice top, or a designer label, or new tyres for your motor, your car. That's the thing. It's not even that pricey, but it's like you need to be consistent with and match them all up, all of these different things. It's not just one thing. You need to do it, and it's do a little bit, and just work away at it. Don't expect results overnight. It's going to take a year and a half.
Yeah, you've got to think how long it took you to get to where you are just now, and it's but it's about investing in yourself as well and being committed to that plan and that desire that you have for that reality that you want to create and to step into that timeline, to align to that higher timeline, and go for it, baby.
Yay!
Get yourself all in. So.
Anybody any questions?
So going forward, this is where we're at. We're very much in a space of expansion. We're working on ourselves physically, emotionally and, you know, nutritionally as well. Since we've came here, our diet has completely changed because it's so much easier. You know, we're living 5 minutes away from an authentic Mexican shopping street that's got fruit
Fruit and
stalls,
vegetables.
it's got juice bars, it's got fresh
They
coconuts.
don't have herbicides or pesticides or anything because they're too dear, and they just don't use them.
Fish that's just new,
Fish is
just
great.
caught, and that's literally a 5 minute walk away. So like our diet alone is changed.
The amount of inflammation that's dropped off us since we got here is unbelievable. And like people think like, oh, you're overweight, you're fat. You're inflamed. And it's like, it's depending on what you're eating, what you're drinking, and what your mindset is. You're inflamed, your body's on fire inside. And I can assure you, like, when you start cutting all these things out that's making you inflamed, you might think, oh, a coffee, I like a coffee. That could be the thing that's making you inflamed. And you think, oh, I'm overweight. I can't seem to lose the weight. I'm dieting. I'm doing all these things. I just can't seem to lose weight. It's because it's inflamed. It's inflammation. And the amount of inflammation that we've dropped off is unbelievable.
Yeah, because before we came, it was very, very challenging, and we were falling into some bad habits, and it was very, very emotional.
And it was hard.
Very emotional time. And when I look at a picture of just before we left to within a couple of weeks of being here, the difference is unbelievable because I had that emotional weight as well. And it really, it's emotions as well. It's not just a physical thing, it's emotions. But it's beautiful here, and we're very, very grateful, and we wake up every day and we're grateful to be here. We're grateful to have this opportunity and to be living this life and to have this time together, because it is about deepening our union. It's about bringing us two into deeper union so that we can
move on to the next part of our mission. Our beautiful mission that we're here to serve, and that
and we want to.
we
don't want to, but we're part of our mission is for us to like unlock the keys and codes of abundance and the paradise codes and the heaven and earth timelines, so that we can open those timelines up for others as well, because this is a life we're meant to be living.
Yes, and the thing is, you can still live this life back in the UK.
Yeah, wherever you want.
This is the whole thing about creating your highest and best timeline, your highest and greatest reality. You can still have this abundance and this beautiful life back in the UK. You don't need to like move away, and it's all about the oneness again, taking it all back to yourself. You can still have this amazing life, but it's just about doing deprogramming and reprogramming and creating your new story, rather than going over the old story all the time, the old poor me or the victim or the, oh, remember that happened to me, or remember or the shit that's like this person died or that person died or my dog died it's about recreating this new beautiful life for yourself. And whereas it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can do this. It's just that we're being guided here.
This is our calling. This doesn't necessarily mean it's everybody's calling. This is our calling, and
it's possible for everybody.
Yeah, it's possible. It is possible. Totally. And it's about living a life of freedom and choice, and living a life where you've reclaimed your sovereignty, and you are a sovereign, happy, free being, and you're living a life of abundance and joy and bliss. That's what we're here to do. We're not here to suffer.
No.
Those are programs, they're matrix programs that are. The
more you suffer, the better person you are.
But I will say it's a lot to do with devotion, and your devotion to God, or to whatever that represents for you, to source, and your unwavering faith and trust in that divinity within you, and that's what's guiding you forward, and that's what guided us every step of the way and still does. Does anybody have any questions?
And you realise, like I've said before, when you realise that you are the God that you're looking for, you are the God you're seeking, that's the thing, and like whatever you're giving out, give it back to yourself.
Unconditional love for yourself first and foremost.
Do you know the thing is? It's like people think it's dead hard to do. "Oh, I can't do it because I've got family, I've got kids, I've got this, I've got that." You see, once you start to do it, and it's not just necessarily about stopping everything at the one time. It's about maybe having an hour for yourself a day, or whereas or 10 minutes, whatever you're usually on the ball. Just no. That's when you start to take your power. That's when things start to change. Is you're starting to change your mindset. Once you do it once, and then twice, and then 3 times, and you keep doing it, and no, this is my time. I'll shut the door, leave me alone, and it's like you don't realise that how empowering and how much of a change that makes for you and the other people who are in your family or in your surroundings or whatever it is that you're doing, that you're changing. It changes them as well. This is how we change the world, because it's like people just get into that, oh, but you'll always be there, or you'll always do it, or whatever. Once you start to change, you're actually going to help them as well. You don't realise that we're creating monsters out of people by doing everything for them. This is the thing. Disempowering them.
And we're not here to save or fix anybody. This is this programming again, that we're here to save and fix people. We're here to save humanity. We're here to save the world. And no, we're here to live a beautiful life of abundance and joy and bliss and unconditionally love ourselves first and foremost. You know, all of these things can come as a byproduct of that. You can heal others by healing your own field and by standing in your own power and by, you radiating those codes, and you can heal humanity the same way. But this getting caught up in this idea, I want to fix and save everybody, and I want to save the world, and I want to heal humanity, and
can't save the world.
Look at yourself. Look at yourself. If you want to save the world,
save yourself.
Save yourself.
Sell the ship's going down. Every man for themselves. They always say women and children first. I'm like, every man for themselves. It's like, save yourself. And the thing is, when you do that, you're an inspiration to other people. People see the new you, and they go, I want to be that person. I want to do that. How did you do it? And this is how we pass it on. We pass it on. We pass it on. And that's the thing. It's like, by fixing everybody, man, it's like you're just destroying yourself. And I know I've been there and I've done it. And everything we talk about is the experience. It's not like I could bore you. I could actually have you in tears about some of the things like I've done in life or whatever, and you would be like, fucking hell, man, how are you still here? But I'm not doing that story anymore. It's like I've rewritten my story, and this is the new one. It's all about empowering people and showing and teaching people how to become quantum masters of their own life. This is my mission. This is part of our mission. This is like why I went through everything I went through, is so that I can speak freely and from experience of what I done and where I came from and what I got and how I got to here. And that's the biggest inspiration for me I can give to the world. That's my biggest giving. I can give you that, but I mean I'm not giving you all my energy and everything else, but I can give you how I got to here and what you can do to get there. It's just like, do you want to do it? It's totally on you. And it's, do you want to change your life? Or a lot of people are happy in the doldrums or in the humdrum life. A lot of people, if that's what they want to be, if that's the life that they've came here to live, good on them. That's up to you. But for me, I had no option, and I always knew I was here on a mission. I had a message for humanity, and this is why I do this.
And this is what we're going to be offering. So we're currently working on our new quantum mastery and whole life coaching course, where we're going to be incorporating all of these things. We're going to be incorporating quantum work with the physical work and the purification of the mind, body and spirit to become the highest version of yourself and to align yourself to that highest timeline and create the reality you desire. So if you're interested in that, it will be coming out soon. But we are going to be moving away more from the starseed kind of mentorship, where we're activating gifts and things like that. I feel like that'll be it'll come naturally.
It'll be incorporated into what it is. You're basically getting a better deal
I think because we've embodied that, we hold the keys and codes to do that as a byproduct
Aye.
of whoever we work with.
Aye.
So,
So that's also going to be part of it.
but we'll be focusing more on kind of quantum mastery and reality creation. So if you're interested, keep an eye out on the post. And we are available for bookings. We did take a month off just to integrate everything. I have switched the booking system back on, and there are some offerings there, but we're working on our new offerings, which I thought would be out by now, but you know what it's like when you're creating, you can't rush these things. You've got to just go with the flow when things come in, and although things are dropping in of what we want to do, what we want to offer,
It's got to be right.
it's got to be right, and it's got to be the right timing, and it's got to be the womb and the hara have got to be ready to birth that. So we're birthing right now. It really feels like we're birthing big time, and the new offerings will be there when it's divine timing for them to be there. But you can still book some of our old offerings, but those offerings will be no longer available when our new offerings come out. So
the thing is, it's because your vibrational frequency has went up again as well. So that's why things have to change. We can't keep it stagnant because we're always evolving. So you're always looking for that next, no looking for it. You're always, the universe is pushing you towards this new vibration or this new frequency or this new offering. We can't keep stuck. If you're stuck in the same place all the time, you're not evolving, you're not moving with the times, you're not moving up your vibration, your frequency, and your higher dimensions. And the higher dimensions is just moving up yourself. That's the thing. So it's all about coming back to yourself.
And just reading some of your comments as well. Taking action increases motivation. That's right. The minute we take action, we do start to get more motivated and inspired, don't we? And then that inspires us to keep going. But when we get out of that habit, if you like, of taking the action, then we get the negative thoughts come in, don't they? And we start thinking, and then you feel bad and you feel guilty. So it is a lot about taking the action, but it's also about your thoughts that create your beliefs and your emotions, which emotion is energy in motion, isn't it? So you need to get the energy in alignment to the timeline that you're wanting to jump onto, if you like.
And that's the thing. The action is like, it's okay getting the thought in, but it is like you're saying, Helen, it is the action. The action is the big thing. It's like when you get the thought, take the action. Don't dilly-dally, just take the action and go with it. And that's like, the universe is always giving you these wee nods, these wee touches, these wee pokes. And it's like, so when you're getting them, take the action. It's like, and then if you've got 10 of these things coming in and only 9 of them work, or only 2 of them work, or you get 2 out of 10, that's a result. It doesn't even matter if none of them work, you're still taking action. The universe is still recognising that, and it will still push you forward. And you start to feel confident in yourself. So the action is definitely
saying about massive personal action again, and taking the first step will change your life, exactly. And it's like,
you're right about the practitioners don't heal. That's right.
No, we don't. And there is this belief, you go to a healer, or I'm a healer, or I'm healing you, or I'm transmuting energy for you. And one of the first things I said when I got here was, I don't want to transmute energy for anybody.
No,
that was what I said.
I've always said that.
Yeah, but I've always seen myself as an energy transmuter. It's part of my role. Within days of getting here, I was like, I don't want to transmute anybody else's energy. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to transmute other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Like, obviously you transmute for the collective, and Mother Gaia as part of being a conduit of source, but I don't want to be like taking other people's stuff and transmuting it through me. I'm like,
it's not healthy.
I want to empower people to have the tools and the skills to be able to manage their own energy, so that they don't need somebody else to transmute their energy. So I'm moving away from that definition of light worker, because there's all these definitions of light worker, isn't there? What type of light worker are you? Are you an energy transmuter? Are you this? Are you that? And I've transmuted energy my whole life, and I'm now, I've turned around and said I'm not doing it anymore. I've actually said I'm not doing it anymore. So that makes me a bad person, so be it.
Well, you done that with me
Yeah, I did it with you.
when Diane was like transmuting stuff for me, and I was like, she said to me one day, like, I'm transmuting for you, and I'm doing all this, and I was like, don't. I don't want you to do
Because
that.
it took me off my spiritual path.
Aye.
So I
I
was
was like,
on.
don't, because then you're stunting my growth, basically. I know I'm quite small, but you're stopping me growing by not allowing me to feel that, to have this going through me, and don't do the work for me.
Yeah, but it took me
I had
off
to learn.
my spiritual path as well. So I was in a really deep spiritual path where I was going really deeply within and you know, healing my own feminine. And then when we came into union, we had a contract between us with that I had agreed to transmute for Gary because I knew he was an Indigo Type 3 contract and he was coming out of that contract and he was going to need all the help he could get to transmute energy. So I had agreed to do that. But after, I don't know, maybe a year or two, I started, I wasn't focusing on my own development anymore because I was just transmuting all the time. And then when I said to him, I'm transmuting energy for you, first of all, you denied that I was transmuting energy for you, but then he went, right, well, don't do it anymore. Don't do it. And then what happened? You had to start transmuting your own energy.
But that's what I'm saying. Then that's how we grow.
Yeah.
I don't need anybody to do
No,
it.
but it was a contract.
As a contract, but that's what I'm saying. But in this life, I'm like, I don't need anybody to do anything for me. I'll do everything myself. And it's good to get help from people that's appreciated and stuff. But I don't necessarily need anybody to come and assist me with anything. If I've got shit going on, well, it's my shit, and I'll deal with it. I've always been that way, and it's the same as like.
It's a bit different though when it's a divine union partnership and it's part of your contract.
I get it, and that's it. Well, it got me through that bit. So I mean, I might not have been able to get through what I was coming out of because I was coming out of a bad place in my life. So I mean, I might have crumbled. So no, and that's what I'm saying. I appreciate when people do these things, but if you'd have told me earlier about you were doing it, I'd have been like, don't do it.
No, but I was happy to do it.
Nah,
That's the thing. I was happy to do it. That just shows you how much we're happy to like give our energy away.
There you go.
I was happy to do it till it got to a point where I felt like I can't focus on my own journey. I can't focus on my own journey because I'm obviously helping to clear this Indigo Type 3 contract and I couldn't focus on my own journey. So I had to get to a point where I was like, I'm not content with this anymore. But we do that, don't we? In our everyday lives, we transmute
Another lesson for both of us.
all the time. But we do, I'm talking about in general, people do that. They transmute other people's shit. They run to fix things for them when things go wrong, to make them feel better. And it's like you don't learn to become empowered and into your own sovereignty. We're not having a fight, by the way, don't worry.
Who said that? No, I know.
Nobody. I'm just saying, in case they think we're fighting.
We're fighting. No.
No,
but anyway,
that
that was the way it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't do it. Anyway,
so the minute Gary said that, it stopped.
It stopped.
From that moment on, and it was a similar kind of epiphany for me when I arrived here, because I was thinking about people back home that I'm maybe a bit worried about or their energy or whatever, and I was still transmuting, wasn't it? I was like, I'm going to transmute, and then it was making me feel shit, and it was affecting my experience here. And then I realised, like, my thoughts and beliefs about me having to transmute their energy is creating this reality and taking their power away. So I just sat at the beach one day, didn't I? And I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not transmuting their energy. I'm just not transmuting for anybody, unless it's like Mother Gaia or the collective
or the grid
or part of my mission. But I'm not prepared to just take somebody else's energy and transmute it, even as part of like a session. I'm not prepared to do it. It's got to be a co-creation where the person's taking responsibility for their own energy and they're doing the work, and that's what we need to be moving.
That's what we learned. That's what we learned out of that. So it was. That's
what we need to be moving into. We need to be moving away from this. You know, I'm going to heal you. I'm going to fix you, or you know, I'm going to empower you.
To be the healer yourself.
Yeah.
To become the beautiful healer.
Yes, if more people would transmute their own shit, Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us. We just wanted to come on and share a bit about our process, what's been happening, and where we're going forward. What we're going to be moving into. We are excited for the future, aren't we?
There's a definite new level of passion for the mission.
More passion, more energy, more footwork, more passion, more energy, more footwork. And we're talking about manifesting. What were you going to say about the codes?
Man.
We manifest.
We manifested earlier on, but just doing codes for sexy time.
So he was sitting doing these codes and I don't know what he was doing.
I was lying in bed beside Diane and I was doing light language codes.
And then I turned around and mentioned are any of those codes about sexy time? And he was like, that's exactly what I was doing. So he was actually manipulating me through his codes.
I was quantum mastering.
The power of reality.
I was doing quantum mastery for sexy time.
Sexy time.
But I should have been picking up my thoughts anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So it just shows you can use light language and light codes for any purpose. Just make
but
sure
always benevolent, and there's something that's got to be
the highest and greatest
good of all.
So let's just, if anybody got any other questions, thanks for being here, and hopefully there's some keys and codes and some information that might resonate for you for your own journey, your own experience.
Yay.
And we will be releasing our new offerings once they are available. But we can just close with, oh God, I see ourselves. Let's close with a little activation.
Okay.
To just align us with our highest divine timeline and bring in some beautiful codes of creation and abundance.
Yeah, align us with the quantum mastery.
Yes. On you go, Gary. If you just want to close your eyes, get nice and comfortable, and we're just going to, once again, just pull all of our attention and focus just back to the present moment. I'm just going to give thanks for this connection this evening, for us all to connect, co-create in this way. If you just drop into your heart space, we're just going to channel a short activation and some keys and codes for your successful reality creation.
Just accept these codes and this activation as well. And this is your time. It's like these codes are for to put the passion back into your heart. It's just the connection between yourself and your heart, your mind, your gut, and all your chakras. Is going to align all your chakras for you to step in, to have to lose the fear and have this mastery of changing whatever you need to change in your life, and to give you the next steps of where you need to go or where you need to be to find this reality, to create this reality. It's all of our time on this planet to be exceptionally happy and abundant in every way possible. But the hard work and the work needs to begin with you, in the mind, and recreating these programs, reprogramming and releasing old programs. Just accept these codes and activation with love and gratitude from us. Koyata imi koto shokoto yo tomatai. Koyamakaka imi kuko shokoto yo makataka shini koto yo koto kyosho no mokoto. Put your hand on your heart. Take a big deep breath in. Just let it all go. Just feel the love for yourself for a change. The love for you. Just let everything else leave your mind. All of the negative thoughts or any other thoughts, it doesn't even matter what it is. Just embody the love in your heart and just tell yourself, this is for you. This is for you, whatever your name is. This is for you, Gary, I would say. I'm giving you this, Gary. I'm giving you all this love and abundance and peace. So whatever your name is, just refer to yourself, call yourself by your name so that you know who it is you're giving it to. You're not getting distracted and giving it away to somebody else. You're saying your name so that you're anchoring in who it is really for. Shata yamokoto yoshokoto yomakata. Shinemi kotaka shiti komoto yokoto kushokoto yokoto yo. Tanamikataka shikiti kukushyakomutaya. Tarikami shinikiti kushokoto yomukoto yo. Tanamakata ti shukoto yo. Kamati shokoto yo. Katakamakata shinamokoto shikita shita. Shinamokoto yotoyo manata taini shititoyo shitoyo. Shinamatata ini shinitutoyo toyo. Shitamianititotosho. Shitoyo mushokotoyo shokotoyo. Shotoyo shokotoyo kushokotoyo. Shotoko shokotoyo. Hamata ini kutoko shokotoyo.
Just bringing in the energy of the Divine Mother. It's always loving, holding and supporting you. And she invites you to be vulnerable, to call on her for support, to guide you. She will illuminate your path. And just feel her in your heart, where she is within you. Mitiara tianana, shikikiama tiara natia. Sonotoro ariata, shonotoro akiara, sikikiatoro, sukutu shakaraya taran. Haratiara tiara, sikiki marania, shukuro to ayatara, sikikiataraya. Mushanaraya tiara, sikikiatoro, sukutu shakaraya tara, sikikiataraya. Activating your divine feminine gifts, abilities, intuition, inner knowing. Mia tiara sikiki to guide you forward. Shia tiara sikiki ataraya with faith and trust. Shia kiatara sikiki ataraya. Shia tiara sikiki ataraya. Surrendering to God's divine plan for you. Kia tiara sikiki atoro sukuto shakaraya tiara sikiki atoro sukuto shakataraya. Mia tiara sikiki atoro sukuto shakaraya tara. Bringing in the masculine and the feminine energies of divine love and divine union, the codes of joy, bliss, abundance, heaven on earth, to open up for you, whichever you align to, for whichever your highest timeline, highest experience, or however you wish to co-create Bringing in those codes in alignment with your intention now. Just feel the love. Kia te ara se ki ki a toro
Kotoyo,
soko
Mokotokoya, Namashakata, Yini,
Mia te ara na te ara se ki ki a toro
Makataka, Yini, Kotokoyo, Namakata. Aranamini, and the Tikotokoyo, Mukotokoshikotaya. Hamatai, Toyo, Kobokoshikotoyo.
Moshiakiataya Sekikia Mahakataya.
Yamakataka, Yini, Kotokoyo, Namakataka, Yini, Kotokoshikotoyo.
Sekikia Ramatiara.
Yanamakataka, Yini, Kotokoshikotoyo.
Divine love, divine magic,
Shotoyana Matai, Totoyo.
divine power.
Kakamaka,
Kushakatara Sekikia Rusukura
Ranamakata,
Mahakatina.
Ikukushikota,
Karasekikia
Hamakata, Inikutuku, Tanamakataka, Inikutukushukutu, Yushukutaka, Inimikitaka, Kotokushakataka, Yanamokotoyo.
Sianatia. And just take a moment just to anchor these codes in, just feel them coming in into your heart space, into your field. Just anchor them in. And just take a moment just to reflect now on what it is that you want. What are you calling in? What changes are you going to make it a reality? The power lies with you. And so it is.
So it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
It is done. We're just going to set the intention that those codes, that activation is received with divine love, divine law, divine will, by the power invested in us, by the cosmic Christ consciousness at a rate that is suitable and manageable for you at this time, as dictated by your highest self for your highest and greatest good and for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for joining
And
us.
for hanging on this long.
Yeah. And yeah, have a peaceful evening. And yeah, keep an eye out. We'll be going live on TikTok soon. We have been sharing little bits on TikTok as well. If you want to follow us on there, all the links are in our link tree for all our social media platforms. But we're going to be going live on TikTok as well. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, have a beautiful, beautiful evening or afternoon or morning. Or yeah,
whatever.
But just remember, keep your eyes on the prize.
Yay.
Love to all.
And all to love. Bye.
Bye.